Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer and welcome to Best Kept Plans. Today's video is going to be a budget with me for the paycheck that I will be receiving on March 28th, 2024 using the printable version of the Budget by Paycheck Workbook from the Budget Mom. If you're interested in seeing that, please stick around. Okay, so here we are in my March monthly layout in my Budget by Paycheck workbook. I am doing a budget with me for the paycheck I'm receiving on March 28th. Obviously, because that paycheck is coming at the end of March, it's going to be used to pay for bills that are in April. As you can see in my monthly spread, most of what is in my monthly spread has been checked off. These last few days of bills haven't, because I'm actually filming this video on the 20th. I'm filming it quite early. Let's cut forward to the paycheck budget tracker for this paycheck. I'm going to zoom on in so we have a closer look at everything. So I have now started budgeting my income to be $3,200 for my full-time job, which is what we see listed here. This is going to be a paycheck, I think, with some overtime in it, which is great that I was able to work a little bit of overtime. But usually what I do if I have any of that extra cash is I just put more towards my house savings in the end. For bills, we don't have a ton that we're going to be paying with this. We just have my April rent for $600 and Spotify for $15. That together equals $615. And if I subtract that from the $3,200 we budgeted my income to be, I'm left with $2,585, which is what we're bringing over to the variable expense section. Now, I always have the same variable expenses. I always have the same budgeted amounts. That just happens to be what works with me in my budget. For groceries, we have $200. Eating out, we have $100. Gas, we have $75, and miscellaneous, we have $175. If I add that all up together, it equals $550. And if I subtract that from the $2,585 we were left with after bills, I have $2,035 to bring up to the sinking fund section, which is where all the fun stuff has been happening in my recent budget with me's. So we are currently still in the midst of my sinking fund snowball, which is where I save the same amount towards my sinking funds as I did when I had all of my sinking funds still trying to reach goal, even though some of them have already reached goal. I take the extra cash and I put it towards envelopes that haven't reached goal yet, and that allows me to reach goal on all my envelopes a lot more quickly. We are putting more than the usual $600 towards sinking funds right now because I'm currently trying to fluff up my travel sinking fund. I did decide on a trip to Toronto during the summer, and I need to start putting money away for that to pay for hotel and flights and all that fun stuff. So for this pay period, Black Friday is going to be getting $127, Christmas is getting $28, car insurance and taxes is getting $120, giving is getting $50, household is getting $20, cart maintenance is getting $100, baby is getting $30, travel is getting $505, and personal is getting $25. So the envelopes that are getting more than usual are Black Friday. Christmas is getting just a couple dollars more than usual, and then obviously my travel sinking fund. If we add all of that together, it does equal $1,005. And if I subtract that from the $2,035 we were left with after bills and variable expenses, we have $1,030 to play with. So what I'm doing with that $1,030 is I'm putting a little bit of extra money towards Sikorsky, which is my car loan, for $373. And if I subtract that from the $1,030 we were left with after sinking funds, I have $657. I'm going to bring that down to the car maintenance section and put that, extra savings section, and I'm actually going to put that into my car maintenance sinking fund. Now, The reason I didn't include this in my normal sinking fund section is just because I've actually been keeping this in cash. I haven't been stuffing my physical envelope because I don't spend out of this car maintenance envelope very often, and it's going to end up with a total of $2,000 in it. I just want it in my bank. It's just easier that way. It's also safer that way. But with this deposit into my car maintenance sinking fund, I believe we're going to have hit that $2,000 goal that I had for myself. So moving forward, we're not going to see the car maintenance sinking fund anymore until I spend from it again. So now we're taking a look at my cash envelope breakdown. Bear with me because I definitely made a few different errors on here. I added in groceries even though I don't take that money out in cash. I added car maintenance and then realized I haven't been taking my car maintenance money out in cash. I've just been putting it in my sinking funds checking account. And then when I actually put in the denominations here, they're off by 1 because of me writing in groceries. So eating out is going to be getting $100 and it's getting that in a 50, 2 20s, and a 10. Gas is getting $75 and its usual 50, 25, and then miscellaneous is getting $175 and it's getting that in 2 50s, 3 20s, 2 5s, and 5 singles. In terms of all of my sinking funds down here, those are all getting largest denominations possible. And if we add all of this together, it does equal $1,355, which is what I'll be withdrawing from my checking account when I get paid on the 28th, and what you'll see me stuff in my envelopes on Saturday when I post my cash envelope stuffing. And that is going to be it for today's budget with me. I'm excited to have new things that I'm contributing to and saving for with this paycheck. It definitely livens up my budget, changes things a little bit from the normal flow, which is always very exciting and fun to figure out. If you have any questions or comments about the way that I budget or how I use the Budget by Paycheck workbook from the Budget Mom, please don't hesitate to put them down below. I also have some links down below to my Etsy shop. I have tons of different trackers, savings challenges, cash envelopes, sinking funds envelopes on my Etsy shop if you're interested. I also have my Amazon favorites linked down below. In my Amazon favorites, which is an affiliate link, I do have a section all about budgeting supplies. I have a section about the paper that I use to print the Budget by Paycheck workbook. So all of that stuff is down there for you in the description box. And as always, everyone, please be safe. Bye-bye.